Happy Friday to the Ungovernables, the Captain's Crew, the LFA family, McGroy Nation, coming to you live from the deep red state of Tennessee on rumble.com/LFA TV, also on X. Having a good day, a fun morning with Kale and company for the last couple hours, and now we're going to be live with you doing your calls, second half of the show. Always a good time on a Friday. And we found that, we didn't find it out. We knew this for a while, but turns out, right, that Kilmar Abrego Garcia is one bad hombre. Right? He's a bad hombre. What a bad hombre. What a stupid guy, by the way. And a bad guy, it looks like, right? And the people, the Democrats, they're also stupid people. They want him back. They want to bring him back into your country. We want to deport. We want to deport the gang members, and they want to import the gang members. These are horrible people. These are sick people. Kilmar Abrego Garcia, I don't know, drip, drip, drip. It has been with the evidence coming out in this story. And our good friends over at the Tennessee Star, Michael Patrick Leahy, Tom Pappert, and the rest of the team there, who unfortunately have had their work stolen over the last couple of weeks, outright just stolen, which is ridiculous. We're not going to do that. We're obviously going to give credit where it's due, but we have other outlets that are stealing their stories or at least not giving recognition to who's been doing all the heavy lifting. That's been the Tennessee Star out here in Tennessee. And I encourage everybody who's watching right now to give the Tennessee Star and Michael Patrick Leahy a follow on X at the TN Star and at Michael P. Leahy. They've been doing incredible work. They did amazing work with the Nashville Manifesto as well. So for everything, especially if you're in Tennessee, but they've been breaking the hell out of this Abrigo Garcia story. So I encourage you to give them a follow. I join the Michael Patrick Leahy show every Wednesday in the 11 o'clock hour, which streams live on X as well. So check it out. Check them out. But they've been doing amazing work with this Abrigo Garcia story. So we're going to get to that. We got body cam footage that the Tennessee Star was able to obtain and distribute. News out of Florida. Remember Operation Tidal Wave? We talked about that. A couple of days ago, a Florida illegal immigration raid or bust, Operation Tidal Wave, got an update on that. Obviously, the Mike Waltz drama yesterday, when we were finishing up our hour yesterday, it was reported that Mike Waltz was either being fired or was being reassigned or was stepping down from his post as National Security Advisor. There's more clarity on that as Donald Trump has reassigned Mike Waltz. J.D. Vance has a take on that, and I don't know if it's spin or if it's not just, I think it's legitimate, but I'm not sure if it's Vance trying to spin it as more of a positive thing than a negative thing. There's good and bad, when it comes to that entire situation. So we will break that one down. Another update about, remember the hog Judge Dugan in Wisconsin. There's an update on her as well, and the potential time in prison that she may have to face. Also, who remembers the name Elvis Chan? Elvis Chan. Does that name sound familiar to anybody?
The Asian version of Elvis.
Not the Asian version of Elvis, as Brennan says. No, but he is Asian, and his name is Elvis. Elvis Chan, right? Elvis Chan. Yeah. Elvis Chan. Think. And if you have to use ChatGPT or Grok, you're allowed to cheat. But think about it. Elvis Chan, that name should ring a bell. Think back to late 2022, where his name was being talked about on several occasions. Speak is right. Yes, he's an FBI agent, and it does look like he has left the building. But he was an FBI agent who did some things that I'm sure you would remember. He was FBI agent, but he was involved in something in 2020 that was revealed in 2022. Late 2022. All right, so we had Jackie's brother. No, he's not Jackie's brother. All right, so we will get to that towards the end of the day, end of the show today. We also have your calls at 631-527-4545. Speak says, some people did something? Yeah. She told reporters to F off yesterday. Who? Ilhan.
Oh.
You know, some people did something. They said, do you have a comment? She says, yeah, off. I mean, unhinged. Unhinged. Could you imagine if Tim Burchett told one of the people who regularly harass him to F off, what the story would be? But Ilhan can do it because she's a super citizen, right? She wears a towel on her head and, she speaks with an accent, so you can't talk about her, right? She's a super citizen. Yeah, I'm a little salty over the fact that leftists are being treated with kid gloves like that, gender-affirming care deprived. I can't find in the Constitution, by the way, where gender-affirming care is a right that can't be denied to American citizens. But, I mean, health care is a right, not a privilege. And gender-affirming care is health care. According to Bernie. And we are fighting the oligarchy. I know, Liz thought she said Burchett. I mean, he should pronounce his last name Burchett, so that avoids being, but maybe he likes it. Anyway, so could you imagine having to wear your bath towel on your head all the time? That's Ilhan. There you go, bad moon. There you go. Would be exhausting, right?
Yeah,
walk around. Strong neck. Like Adam Schiff has a pencil neck. He couldn't do it. Adam Schiff could never be little Adam Schiff, could never be a towel head. It'd be too much weight on his little pencil neck. It would snap like nobody's ever seen before. All right, so Elvis Chan, we'll get to that towards the end. The Abrigo Garcia, we got the traffic stop, the body cam footage. Before we do all that, I want to get to a word from our friends at OFP Farms. Mother's Day, 9 days away. 9 days. 9 days? Yes, 9 days. Why do I love the term 9 days so much? Because that's a band, the one-hit wonder. This is the story of a girl who cried over... they wrote that song about Selena Gomez before they knew who that was. Remember when Selena... They're deporting my people. That, by the way, I was trying to find that clip of the woman that they played on Kale and Company. That monstrosity of a woman who moved to Africa. And then she was like, I moved out of the United States for racism, but I don't like the spiders and the scorpions, and I'm coming back. Oh, racism ain't so bad, huh? It ain't so bad. Or maybe America's just not racist. Anyway, we got a word from our friends at OFP Farms. Mother's Day is 9 days away, May 11th, right around the corner. And I got the best gift that you can get for mom. It's right here. I'm going to show you a quick little video, a heartwarming video right off the farm over at OFP Farms, and then show you what you can do to gift the best gifts to your mother on Mother's Day. Take a look. It is pure goodness in every box. What box? These boxes. What's inside? I see you. You're going to have to wait and see, or order one for your mom and open them up together. Mother's Day Garden of Love bundle. It's the OFP Farms gift boxes. And they do a fantastic job. You know, you got Gary from Michigan. He was blown away by the inauguration box. I was blown away by that box, too. That thing was amazing. I thought it came from the White House itself. But these are the OFP Farms Mother's Day boxes. Always a hit every single year. Won't break the bank. You can get an extra 20% off over at OFP Farms. That's Oscar Foxtrot Papa. Some folks, they don't hear the spelling correctly. I speak really fast. I got a New York accent. It is what it is. But OFP, it's Oscar Foxtrot PapaFarms.com. OFPFarms.com. Use your code Sean, SHAWN, for 20% off. Only, as Corey pointed out in the chat, Papa OFP Farms. Only 6 days left to ship it. Only 6 shipping days. So get on while the getting's good to make sure that mom gets her Mother's Day gift boxes on time. It's OFPFarms.com, promo code Sean, SHAWN, OFPFarms.com, promo code Sean, SHAWN. All right. We thank OFP Farms, of course, for being a part of the show. Let's get to this, right? Let's get to this whole Abrigo Garcia story, right? Let's get to this Abrigo Garcia story. He is one bad hombre. He is one bit. Jim Paff over there with the Conservative Caucus on X says Elvis Chan worked to make Americans shake their hips to the government beat. No. That's not what Elvis Chan. I can't believe we all forgot about Elvis Chan. All right, that's okay. It's 2 years ago. I mean, it's almost 3 years ago at this point. So, we haven't heard the name since now. But we will get to Elvis Chan in a little bit. This Abrigo Garcia story, kudos and congratulations and great work to the Tennessee Star. You got to love these guys and gals over there at the Tennessee Star. Michael Patrick Leahy, Tom Pappert, everybody who's involved over there with the Tennessee Star did a fantastic job. They continue to do a fantastic job getting the story out there that Kilmar Abrego Garcia was stopped here in the state of Tennessee in November of 2022 by the Tennessee Highway Patrol. There were 8 people in his vehicle. He was driving a Suburban that was owned by somebody who was not suspected of, but convicted of human smuggling. And they got the body camera footage that was obtained by the Tennessee Star as a result of the open records request that was filed with the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security. Tennessee Highway Patrol officers discussed their suspicion that Kilmar Abrego Garcia was trafficking human beings. And this, of course, again, the Tennessee Star released it. There are other outlets that are claiming that they, quote unquote, obtained it. I think they stole it from the Tennessee Star, but it is what it is. I would love to keep giving credit to the Tennessee Star. Hopefully, you guys can go ahead and support them, Michael Patrick Leahy, because they are the ones doing the legwork here. But take a look at some of this body cam footage of the traffic stop. You'll see the quote unquote Maryland man in the car answering some questions from officers. And just take a look at this. Watch.
Good, and you? All right. Everything good? You got a bunch of people in here, don't you? It's 1 for 6. Yes. Go back to work. Gotcha. Where you working at? Where? Where? San Luis, Missouri. Missouri? Yes, sir. Gotcha. Okay. But I'm from Maryland. Okay. Now, the reason I stopped you, we was running 75 down through here. 75? Yeah. Of course, this is 65 through here. I know. I'm going to 70. Going 70? Yeah. What's the limit right now? Is 70 or 65? It's 65. I can see it, sir. You got all your info? I see the order, the speed limit. I see the 70. Yeah, it jumps up and down. My bad. Yeah, my bad. Give me my license? Yeah, your driver's license, your registration, and your proof of insurance. Oh my God. Okay, sure. The what? The problem with my license right now is expired, right? It's suspended? Suspended because I have my permanent employment, so like 2 years experience. So I need to. So right now I waiting the paper for migration. For I go to the MBA. So you know. car no is mine, so it's to my boss.
So where do y'all live at?
Where I living? I live in Maryland.
Maryland?
Yeah, Oxon.
Whose vehicle is it?
What, excuse me?
Whose car is it?
It's to my boss.
Your boss?
My boss, yeah.
Where's he live? Where's your boss live?
My boss right now is staying in Maryland, but he lives in Texas.
Okay.
Houston, Texas.
All right, so that's the beginning of the body cam footage right there. You see Kilmar. He's not a stupid guy. He's playing stupid. Oh, I know it's 85. It's 75. My boss, I go to Maryland. Give me a break. My license is suspended. Not once did he mention that, he's not supposed to be in the country. But you saw that the officers noticed there's a lot of people in the car. It's the second clip that I'm going to show you that kind of sheds some light on the fact probably these officers know what's going on here. And they've made these types of stops before, and it looks very similar to their past experience. This is and a lot of the audio is redacted. There's, I guess, information that's being discussed that can't be released to the public because it could identify people, and it is what it is. But the conversation that the officers have here after making this traffic stop it's damning. And it's just another piece of evidence that Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the Democrats' Maryland Father of the Year, it's just another piece of evidence that this guy was what we call a bad hombre. All right, watch this. This is the second part of this clip. Again, Tennessee Star getting their hands on this and getting this out to the public late last night. The Tennessee Star doing a fantastic job. Here's these officers talking about this particular traffic stop and what they think was going on.
You know what you got here, right?
No.
He's hauling these people for money. You got an ass hauler, is what he's doing. But sometimes they commingle dope.
No, but
He,
did you see how squatted back in there?
there's 8 people in there.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. They put an extra row of seats in there.
Yeah. So he's getting paid to haul these people, probably to Maryland, I would say, if I had my
He
guess.
said they all work together, is what he's telling me, but he's the only one that knows half
So,
English.
so let me ask you this: they don't have any luggage in there, right? And if you get them out, they're gonna have a tube of toothpaste and they're gonna have toothbrushes in their pockets. I guarantee it. But see, got I can't. Oh well.
So there you go. That's right there. Again, the audio cuts in and out to redact a little bit of information there. But you know about and Kit Kat Mara's onto it with Elvis Chan. You hear this officer saying, he's an ass hauler. He's hauling these people for money. He's hauling them up to Maryland. They don't have any luggage, right? And if they had come out of the car, there would be toothbrush and toothpaste in their pockets, and that's it. Apparently, also, there was $1,500 or so in an envelope that he was carrying. I mean, everything about this traffic stop is shady, right? Everything. My question is, so what they did here is they called the feds, and they were told at the instruction of the FBI to let these guys go. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Why did the FBI instruct Tennessee Highway Patrol to let them go? Another portion of the video shows the moment Abrigo Garcia was released, in which Tennessee Highway Patrol previously told the Tennessee Star came at the instruction of the Biden-era FBI. Having been removed from the 2001 Chevrolet Silverado during the stop and placed into the back of a THP Cruiser, which was partitioned and also contained a police dog. The dog's going crazy in that video, too. Abrigo Garcia was left in the vehicle as officers appeared to contemplate their next step. Some of the audio is missing, but one of the officers is visibly speaking on a cell phone during the period, making it likely the point where THP told Tennessee Star that its officers were instructed by the FBI to release Abrigo Garcia and his 8 passengers. Why did they let him go? Why did they let him go? We should get some answers on that. Obviously, this was the Biden era FBI. This is not the FBI that we're dealing with right now. But why are you letting this guy free? Either A, it's obvious that they just wanted to, not worry about anything having to do with illegal aliens, or is he an asset? Is he an asset? I don't know. I find it, Bad Moon's right. You know what? That's probably the best answer. The government approved of human trafficking. Did you hear what RFK Jr. said yesterday about human trafficking? He said he shut down Health and Human Services as a vector for child trafficking. Meaning, HHS was involved in it to some extent. I would imagine, foster care and children being, essentially moved around by NGOs. It's crazy. It's a lucrative business, why so many people are into it. It's unbelievable. We deserve answers on why they let this guy out. And more importantly, where's Senator Van Hollen today? Where is Max Frost and Maxine Dexter and Yasamin, whatever her name was, Afshahari, whatever, who was that last week they went down to El Salvador. 2 weeks ago they went down to El Salvador. What, we got to get this guy. You want him back? I don't want to be like conspiracy guy and say this was like 19D chess. I'm just going to float this out there. I'm not saying this is what I thought happened. But remember the reason why the left jumped all over this and kind of glommed all over Abrigo Garcia? They thought that the Trump administration mistakenly deported him because somebody on our quote-unquote side made the implication or kind of, said that it was a mistake, that they didn't mean to deport this guy. And I can't help but wonder, I'm not going to say yes or no, I can't help but wonder if that was intentional to get them to do this. Because it's almost too good to be true that they chose this guy, and then ever since circling the wagons around Kilmar Abrego Garcia, every week it's been like drip, 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 drip from the Department of Justice. Like, okay, here's his picture of his knuckles. And here's the immigration, the court forms. And here's the police gang unit. And here's wife's restraining order. And here's, the ex-husband. And here's another thing from his wife. I just feel like it's too good to be true. Like they made this mistake almost like they were forced into it. And I don't know if that admission from the, a Trump attorney or somebody on the administration side was intentional to get them to react this way. But if it was, then perhaps, Kilmar Abrego Garcia was an intentional, I don't know how to describe it, that he deployed it, that the administration deployed this Kilmar Abrego Garcia, hoping the left kind of took the bait. It was fishing, they threw the lure out there. I don't know. Just floating that possibility out there. I don't like the whole everything's 5D chess, but this one could potentially be one of those moves. Moss Dog 7 says perhaps he was an asset the way they're fighting so hard to get him back. And that's why I think maybe he is some sort of asset. Not just a human trafficker, but somebody, tied to the intel community. Although I think maybe we'd know by now. All right, if we want Mo today.
I want Mo.
If we want Mo today, we need 700. We need 700 likes. We have more than enough people to get that. We have more than enough people to get that, so I suggest we go ahead and do it. Okay, the great state of Florida doing some big work. Our friend Cody Lonizak over on X mentioned this this morning. Ron DeSantis has announced that Florida cops Remember Operation Tidal Wave? We talked about it, I believe it was either on Monday or Tuesday morning. 800 illegal aliens were rounded up in South Florida. That number is now over 1,100 illegal aliens. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced the detention of more than 1,100 criminal migrants in a statewide sweep called Operation Tidal Wave. The campaign, quote, sends the message going forward, the U.S. is serious about enforcing its immigration law, declared Ron DeSantis. ICE released a follow-up report revealing the number of criminal aliens taken into custody, including 437 criminals from Guatemala, 280 from Mexico, 153 from Honduras, 48 from Venezuela, 24 from El Salvador, and 178 from elsewhere. Many of those taken into custody last week are identified gang members, which means they're probably Father of the Year also. Those arrested included Ciro Ramon Castaneda Perez and Carlos Eduardo Perez. There you go. There's a good one.
Whoa.
Carlos Eduardo Perez, both of whom are Tren de Aragua gang members. MS-13 gangbanger Rafael Juarez Cabrera, Luis Melito Gonzalez Arellano, who belongs to Mexico's Brown Pride Aztecas gang, 18th Street gang member Aaron Isaac Morazan Izaguirre, and Miguel Rodriguez Gonzalez, a member of the Barrio Azteca gang. DeSantis also warned on X last week that Operation Tidal Wave is an example of Florida and Department of Homeland Security partnering up to deliver big results on immigration enforcement and deportation. So DeSantis and Florida showing you what it looks like when states actually cooperate. When states actually cooperate to rid the illegal alien scourge from their states. So I say again, I know some people, they still, despite the fact that the primary is long since over, they still feel like if you say good things about Ron DeSantis, you are the devil. Well, I'm going to say that DeSantis, I know he didn't make the arrests himself, but he is cooperating and facilitating this from the executive level of his state. Kudos. Thank you, Ron DeSantis. You are making Florida and America a safer place. And if anybody has a problem with that, right? You must be a DeSimp. No, I'm saying that Ron DeSantis did something good because he did when he directed the state of Florida to round up 1,100 illegal aliens. It shouldn't be controversial among MAGA, but according to some people, it is. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll get to the hog judge, Dugan in Wisconsin, what she may be facing, a little bit about Elvis Chan as well, and then your phone call, 631-527-4545. Before we get to that, let's talk about our friends at American Financing. With everything that's happening in the economy, it feels like we're all walking on shaky ground. Prices are stuck at a high level. It seems like nothing is affordable anymore. It's no wonder why so many people are relying on credit cards to cover the gaps. Credit card debt is skyrocketing. It's leaving a lot of people stressed out. If you're a homeowner, you don't have to face this uncertainty alone. My friends at American Financing can help you take control. They will help you access the equity in your home to help you pay down that high-interest credit card debt, giving you peace of mind and real savings. On average, people just like you are saving $800 a month plus. They may close your loan in as little as 10 days. Do not let the chaos of the economy get the best of you. Call American Financing now, costing you nothing to get started, and it may delay 2 mortgage payments, giving you a little cushion in this uncertain time. Give them a call at 866-885-8027, 866-885-8027, 866-885-8027, or AmericanFinancing.net/FARASH. That's at NMLS number 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Next is our friends and our wonderful, wonderful shop over at the LFA TV store. That's LFATV.us. Go to that LFA TV website. You see it scrolling by on your ticker, and you will soon see it right here on your screen. Of course, LFATV.us. LFATV.us, like United States. Take a look at it right there on your screen. Click on that LFA TV store tab. You see it right there, and you can scroll down on the right-hand side, hit that Visit the Store tab. That Visit the Store tab will give you a look. There's that I Don't Really Care Margaret shirt. That's the big one. Everyone loves this shirt with J.D. Vance's little chipmunk cheeks. We love them. You got the mugs, as Barb Naylor told us some inside information yesterweek, that those mugs will be coming back in stock very soon. You got the flannels, like the one that I'm wearing. You won't look better than I do, but you can get it and still look pretty good. Keychains, Rise Up Coffee, beach towels, ball caps, winter hats for those of you who are still dealing with some cold weather. I think that's becoming fewer and far between, but if you're still dealing with that, or maybe you want to prepare for next year. LFATV.us. LFATV.us. Winky says, I need LFA sweatpants. Yeah. That's over here at LFATV.us. LFATV.us or jeremyharrell.com/store. Here we go. Let me take a sip. I'm starting to sweat again.
Oh no, take it off. Okay.
And I have this nagging pain in the bottom right corner of my head.
I didn't do it.
And I don't know what it is.
Not me.
Who knows? Who knows? I think it's just some neck stuff. All right. The hog judge, Judge Dugan. Who wants to hear from the rooster?
I do.
Okay, the rooster. Then does anybody want to hear from the rooster over on Rumble and X? You guys know what the rooster is? What does the rooster like to say? Folks on Rumble and X. What does the rooster like to say? Rumble, X, answer that question. Let me see if we got over. Let's see if we've got the answer over there. What is the rooster? Round a Pony wants the rooster to say it. Great McGroin Gary wants the rooster. People are clamoring for the rooster. What does the rooster say? Well, Bad Moon says cock-a-doodle-doo, yes. But what does the ungoverned rooster say? Over there it is. Gary's got it. Nobody's above the law, right? Nobody's above the law. That's what the Democrat Party's mantra was for so long. Well, that applies to hog judges too, like Judge Dugan. Why do I keep calling her a hog? Just look at her. It's pretty self-explanatory. She looks like a wild hog, right? Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan, 65, was arrested by the FBI and charged with obstruction of proceedings before a department or agency of the United States on Friday. She could face some pretty serious jail time. She allegedly whisked away a previously deported illegal immigrant and his attorney from her courthouse in order to stop ICE from arresting him. She was also charged with concealing an individual to prevent discovery and arrest. Quote, it is 5 years if the individual is wanted for a felony, and it's 1 year if they're wanted for a misdemeanor. Attorney Nima Rahmani told Fox News Digital earlier this week, this is looking like 5 years because he was in court at the state level for misdemeanors, but the feds, like ICE, they were looking to arrest him for the federal felony of illegal re-entry into the United States. Flores Ruiz was removed from the U.S. in 2013 and came back illegally. Now it's a felony. So if she concealed somebody who was wanted for a felony, she could be looking at potentially spending 5 years in prison. Nobody's above the law, right? If nobody's above the law, then this judge needs to face those consequences. Because if it was you or it was me or if it was one of us, let's say concealing an illegal immigrant from Russia, right? Because the left loves illegals from Guatemala and Honduras and El Salvador and Mexico, right, and Venezuela. And, some of these other Ecuador, right? They love all these illegals from the IIIs, right? From the Latin American country. But they don't like illegals from Russia. Russia, right? If I was concealing an illegal Russian national in my house that was wanted for a felony, and the Biden Department of Justice got wind of it, they would most likely charge me with this same felony charge the judge was charged with, and they would throw the kitchen sink at, right? They would do the same thing to all of us. The hog judge that is in Wisconsin should face, I believe, consequences and should be treated as a person who's aiding and abetting a criminal, because that's what she's doing, and she should be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law, because as the rooster says, nobody's above the law, right? The rooster is right. Nobody's above the law. Bad Moon is true. Bad Moon's right. What he says is true. You're not a Democrat, so you will get the full weight of the law. Very true. Very, very true. Very, very true. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a transgender. I can't make the claim that gender-affirming care is a constitutional right and I can't be held in detention. So I will be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. It's called a two-tier justice system, and I really hope we can get past this and right those wrongs. I really hope so. All right, I want to get to this one. Real quick. Mike Waltz, yesterday, as soon as we were signing off, Jeremy was signing on. Mike Waltz was, it was reported that he was stepping down or being removed from his post. You know, the water is murky with the exact what happened here. But Mike Waltz, no longer the national security advisor. It will now be in the hands of Marco Rubio, Little Marco, who has been a pleasant surprise, has he not? I still don't love the guy. I'm still lukewarm as to whether or not I trust the guy. But Marco Rubio has been a pleasant surprise. I think he's handled his duties at the State Department very well. So he will be the interim national security advisor. Marco Rubio taking on task after task after task and doing very well, I think, in the Trump administration. So Mike Waltz was reassigned, and J.D. Vance chimed in. I think it was Brett Baer who asked J.D. Vance about this particular move. I don't know, good thing, bad thing. There were opinions on both sides of that equation. Here's what J.D. Vance had to say about it. I'm not sure if he's just trying to spin it or if this is to be taken as a promotion. Take a look.
Was it a direct result of the Signal chat? I mean, you were on that chat, and we saw the fallout from it. Is this a result of that?
No, it's not, Brett. I mean, look, what we came into the administration, and of course the president in his first term had some serious issues with the National Security Council. He said, Mike, you need to go in here, fire, frankly, a lot of people who aren't loyal to my agenda, who we think aren't even loyal to the American people, bring in the right collection of people to actually make the National Security Council function. And Mike has done that. And now it's time for Mike to do something else because he's done the job that I think he was asked to do. If the president wanted to fire him over the Signal thing, which, by the way, was a total nothing burger of a story, he would have just done it. But he actually decided it's better for Mike to be in this new role. He's given Mike the new role. That's it.
So what do you guys think? Did Mike Waltz do what he was expected to do after 100 days and he got, quote unquote promoted? Or was this, him and Alex Wong and the Signal thing was a mess and let's get them out of there and, throw them over to the UN? I don't know. I don't really get the feeling that this was, I think J.D. Vance was, I love J.D. Vance. Don't get me wrong. I want it to be very clear. And I trust J.D. Vance. But I think that was, 1, 2, Prince's kneel before you. That's what I said now. Prince's, right? As a spin doctors, right? I think that was a little bit of spin. It's okay. It's all right. I'm just saying, I think there was a little bit of spin there. And I'm not so sure it has to do with Signal. A lot of people are saying that it has to do with Mike Waltz being very hawkish on bomb, Iran, bomb, Iran. He wants to strike Iran's nuclear facilities because he doesn't want them to get a nuke. And while I don't want Iran to get a nuke either. The rumor, I can't confirm it, but the rumor has been that Waltz has been pro-strike. And Donald Trump is obviously pro-not striking and pro-diplomacy, and Waltz has been pushing hard for the Iran strike. And so that may be what happened here. So, I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing for Mike Waltz. I don't necessarily know if it's a demotion. It's definitely a reshuffling, right? It's definitely a reshuffling. And I don't think it has to do with Signal. I don't. I think it has to do more with the relationship with Iran. All right, finally, Elvis Chan. Who is Elvis Chan? For those of you who don't remember Elvis Chan, I think Kit Kat Mar mentioned it before. Kit Kat was on it on Rumble. Elvis Chan was involved in the 2020 censorship operation with Twitter. And the reason why a lot of people knew his name in 2022 is because his name was all over the Twitter files. He was one of the agents, the special agent in charge, who was going back and forth with social media companies to snuff out the Hunter Biden laptop story. He played a key role in the FBI's coordination with social media companies before the 2020 election, acting as a liaison between the FBI's Foreign Influence Task Force and major tech platforms, helping flag content that the FBI viewed as election-related misinformation. He has been placed on permanent leave at the FBI. Permanent leave at the FBI, according to Brianna Morello, who has reported very accurately about the FBI as of late. Quote, FBI Assistant Special Agent in Charge Elvis Chan has been placed on terminal leave and has not accessed his agency devices for over a month. Sources confirm. Isn't that interesting? Over a month. What happened over a month ago? Kash Patel became the director. And Dan Bongino became the deputy director. But I was told they weren't doing anything. Oh. Wow. Interesting. So you mean the people who said that Dan Bongino and Kash Patel aren't doing anything are full of shh? Yeah, maybe. Oh, and by the way, one of them hates the Jews. Congressional scrutiny of Chan's role intensified in 23 after huge leaks, now known as the Twitter files, were released upon Elon Musk's purchase of X, Twitter, now X. Jim Jordan sent a letter, we just got a letter. Wonderful. Did you see, by the way, the House majority took a picture outside the Capitol? That's great. Republican House majority. One guy came on and said, this is an elite team. What are you elite at besides taking vacations and taking pictures? Going to pass any legislation, guys? Anything? Cool. FBI Special Agent in Charge, Elvis Chan. That's it. Out. Terminal leave. Very happy about that. Of course, it's not enough because James Comey and Adam Schiff are not in cuffs yet. And again, you know what I said. If you want Comey, if you want Schiff in cuffs, how many people who want Comey and Schiff in cuffs have called their senators to get them to confirm Ed Martin? Because without Ed Martin, you're not putting Comey and Schiff in cuffs. You're not. Those cases are going to be D.C. cases. You need a prosecutor to prosecute those cases. Ed Martin is the best possible person to do that. If we don't get Ed Martin confirmed, you could kiss that dream goodbye. I hate to be real with you and glum and, I'm not trying to be a doomer, but I'm just saying, this is the truth. All right, we're going to get to your calls in just a second. By the way, yesterday, Big Balls. Remember Big Balls? He made a statement. Look at this guy. Big Balls of Doge. There he is. I'm president, biggest balls, but this is Big Balls. I don't know if you guys want to see it. It's a little funny. And then we'll get to your calls after Big Balls and after a word from our friends at Arma Colostrum. But this is Big Balls made his first statement yesterday with Jesse Waters and Elon Musk. Take a look.
Big Balls.
It's me. That should be obvious.
Why do they call you Big Balls?
I just said it as my LinkedIn username.
Okay.
Well, people on LinkedIn take themselves super seriously, and they're pretty adverse to risk. And I was like, well, I want to be neither of those things. So I said it, and honestly, I didn't even think anyone would notice.
Yeah. So what do you
LinkedIn
do?
is so cringe.
What does Big Balls do?
Right now, I'm working on some payment computer stuff. So one of our initiatives is to root out fraud and waste. And to do that, we started looking at the payment computers. And as mentioned earlier, there is no accounting of what payments actually go to in the payment computer. So you look at a specific line item, like $20 million, and you're like, okay, well, what is this money going to? And for the majority of payment systems, it's well, we don't really know. And
yeah, they're like, what? That would be the response.
Is this the most basic responses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the most common response.
What do you say when people just say, I don't know?
Well, it's a huge cause for concern because the upstream thing, which is distributing the money, literally has no checks and no accountability to the actual American taxpayer. So it's a huge vector for fraud, waste, and abuse.
Do these people not respect taxpayer money?
I mean, there's no incentive to if you work in the government. I think the incentives will always decide the outcomes.
Yes.
The kid knows what he's talking about, I think. There's no incentive for the government to respect your money. 19 years old, I think. He's 19 years old. He's doing amazing work. He seems to know what he's talking about. Apparently, at a young age, he worked for Neuralink. And that's how Elon Musk came to know him. And that's big balls. So there you go. Big balls, big balls, big balls. All right, let's get to a word from our friends at Arma Colostrum. That's not Arma Colostrum. That's our pitiful rumble count right now because people just feel like, not hitting the like button. I don't know what it is. It is what it is. Whatever. Folks, let's talk about Arma Colostrum. I'm always on the way to look at on the lookout for ways to strengthen my immunity, enhance my gut health, enhance my fitness and metabolism, and help my skin and hair look radiant. You know that. Colostrum is the first nutrition we receive in life and contains all the essential nutrients that our bodies need in order to thrive. Folks, it'll help you reactivate your hair growth, help your skin glow. It can fortify your gut health and ignite your metabolism, and it can even fuel your fitness, performance, and recovery. Check it out at tryarmor.com/LFA TV and harness the close-guarded secret of elite athletes' long prize for its unrivaled ability to take performance to its apex. Colostrum has been shown in research to help enhance nutrient absorption, promote lean muscle building, and improve endurance while fueling cellular repair regeneration for faster recovery. Specifically, here's what Colostrum can do. It can improve your fitness endurance by 20%, decrease recovery time by over 50% after intense exercise, improve stamina, and specifically build lean muscle mass. Check it out over at tryarmor.com/LFA TV. That's TRY. ARMRA.com/LFA-TV, tryarmor.com/LFA-TV, tryarmor.com/LFA-TV for 15% off your total first order. Tryarmor.com/Lima, Foxtrot, Alpha, Tango, Victor. All right, final 10 minutes of the day. Let's get to your calls. 631-527-4545, 631-527-4545, and I just put the number on your screen in case you missed it. 631-527-4545. We've got a call coming in right now. We're going to connect and see if it will connect right here. This is let's see, it's connecting. Looks like we have everything lined up, and we are connected. Who do we have on the line here?
Chris in Indiana.
Chris in Indiana. What's up, Chris?
How's it going?
You tell me.
Well, you know how we say nobody's above the law.
We got a
well,
rooster.
Then if that's the case,
yes.
Well, then if that's the case, then why are we not labeling the Democratic Party as a domestic terror organization? Because they funded Black Lives Matter through Act Blue. They funded Antifa through Act Blue. Heck, they even started the KKK, unfortunately, right here in my state of Indiana. How come they've not been labeled a domestic terrorist organization? And we can see cuffs clanging and banging on that side from that point.
That's a good question. I mean, there may be some logistical problems with doing that, but you're not wrong in terms of, conceptually, they definitely are on the side of, well, look, they just took the side of Tren de Aragua. They took the side of MS-13, who have been declared terrorist organizations themselves. So, you're not wrong that the Democrat Party, if at the very least, Chris, they encourage it, right? They encourage this behavior.
Well, and encouraging that behavior is aiding and abetting an enemy of this country.
You're not wrong.
And I thought the oath in the Constitution was to preserve and protect the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic.
You're right, Chris.
Right. And the Constitution is very clear that any aiding and abetting of enemies of the United States is treason. So
no, you're not wrong. I mean, you know what? You know what's great about what you just did there, Chris, is you read the Constitution, you read the letters black and white, and you said, okay, let's just apply it as it's written. And I can't disagree with you. I can't disagree with you.
Right. But our problem is, I think, to answer my own question, our problem is we have too many cowardly Republicans. So to ask the question that Jeremy asked the other day on his show, is it time for potentially a new political party that's actually going to rise up and do what the Constitution says?
Well, I think, Chris, and thank you for the call. I appreciate it. You have a great weekend, all right?
You too.
I'm going to answer Chris's question here as we take another call, but I think the answer here is not a new political party per se. We have infrastructure that works. We just have to essentially take over this party with the existing infrastructure with our people. And the only way to effectively do that, Do what guys like Dylan Filion in Iowa are doing, getting involved and staying involved, taking over. It's like building a car. Would you rather build a car from scratch or restore a car and just put some new parts in it that you know are going to work? Let's go to who do we have on the line here? We got a new call. Who do we have?
It's Conservative Autumn.
Conservative Autumn, welcome back. What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing good. I know it's a day late, but it's been scientifically proven that birthday shout-outs from Sean have a healing potency, so I have to do this for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sean. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Gracie. I appreciate it. That's very sweet.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yes, love you guys.
All right. We love you too. That's Gracie, Conservative Autumn. A little happy birthday shout out and a song. She sang. That's very good. Let's go to another friend of ours that I saw somebody in the chat saying she's got a red line into our show, right? The red phone rings when she wants to call. It's Heather from Kansas City. What's up, Heather?
Hey, how are you all doing?
You tell me. I'm doing all right. 34, knees hurt. I'm sweating right now for some strange reason, but it is what it is.
It's the age, Sean. That's why you're sweating. It's the age.
That's it. The older I get, the sweatier I get, I guess.
I don't know if you've ever seen the Roosters on Facebook. Well, I'm going to try my best. And they say, Sean!
I ain't seen this rooster, too.
Or they say, Brandon!
That's funny.
I know they say everybody's name. That's really funny. But anyway, I was calling too because I don't know if Brendan told you my job is changing to crazy again. So I'm going to try to call on Fridays when I can and be in the chat and listen when I can. So
very good. Well, we appreciate that. And let me ask you this question. What do you think of your girl Kamala Harris talking about elephants?
Oh, I don't know. Kamala, I don't know. Kamala and the elephants roaming around in a circle.
Hey, give me an idea right here, Heather. Let me ask you this question since you're our official translator of the LFA TV Ungoverned chat. May 5th is Cinco de Mayo. We're going to celebrate it at Cinco de Porto. What should Trump translate? Last year it was Sleepy Jose Caca en Frente del Papa. What should Trump translate into English this year?
Well, we could try La Cucaracha.
La Cucaracha. That means the cockroach, right? All right.
I mean, something like, I will tell you, I told Brendan I rode a four-wheeler last weekend for the first time ever.
How fun is that? Isn't that fun?
It.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I should get one and I can go round up the bad hombres.
Yes,
right?
you can lasso them on the four-wheeler. Yes. Ay, ay, ay. That would be really funny.
Right? Oh my gosh, I know some that.
It'll be cool. We can call it the Afuera Mobile. That's it. Perfect.
Afuera.
There it is.
Oh wait, okay. So there is a song for you. Now I'm gonna sing to you. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Feliz cumpleaños
Spanish birthday now.
a ti. Feliz cumpleaños a Sean. Feliz cumpleaños a ti.
Perfect.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you, Heather. Have a great weekend.
You're welcome. All right, you too. Bye-bye.
There it is, Heather Osborne. So that's two songs now. One in English, one in Spanish. Now I want one in Russian. 631-527-4545 to join the fun, this Friday fun. I see, wow, somebody called 12 times today. And I missed it every single time. I think I know who this is that is connecting here. Somebody who I've been talking about quite a bit. Somebody who I believe we're going to be having on very, very soon. It's Dylan Filion in Iowa. Am I correct?
Yes, you are, Sean. It's great to be on here. It's been I think almost a month since I've been on here.
Yeah, it's been a while, as Stained would say. But welcome. You don't know who that is. It's a band. Dylan wasn't even born yet, I don't think. Stained. Dylan, what's going on?
Oh, nothing, Sean. I'm just very busy with a lot of things, getting the campaign going, collecting signatures to get on the ballot for next year.
Very good.
And we're just working very hard, trying to fundraise and getting our little team together. So it's very great, and a lot of people are very excited for my run. And I know that we should be planning a an interview soon. So
yes,
we're trying to get that underway, Sean. I'm trying to get my stuff in.
You
stuff
take
in
your
order
time.
over
You
here.
let me know when you're ready to go, and we will do that. And it's going to be a great. Everybody will see Dylan on camera. Dylan's a monster, by the way, on TikTok. I see you going back and forth at these leftists, and it's really funny what you do. It's really, I think it's great.
Yeah, Sean. The unfortunate part about TikTok is that they actually, if you haven't listened to older millennial, they like to silence your content. So like, let's just say like I would make a video, and then it would start getting like, let's say 2,000 views, and it's like constantly going up each minute,
and then it stops.
TikTok will just stop. And then you're like, wow.
That's why I don't use the platform. I used to get, I would post a video, it would do really, really well, and then all of a sudden, and it's like, what happened? You mean to tell me now nobody likes this video? So keep fighting the good fight, though. Keep fighting the good fight. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. And we're doing our best over here in Iowa to try and get our stuff together. And we got a great candidate running for governor here in Iowa, and we have a great candidate running for U.S. Senate. So maybe we'll have to get him on. But
we'll see what we can do to help the cause out in Iowa. So. We appreciate your time. Have a great weekend. Thanks for the call.
Thank you, Sean.
Dylan Filion in Iowa, constantly involved, constantly doing something. I would say, it's like you have a personal trainer who just has an amazing workout routine. This guy's political workout routine is incredible. He doesn't stop. He does not stop. All right, we have time for one more, but it's got to be a 30-second lightning round edition call. So whoever is the next one, here we go. This is going to be our final call of the day. Coming in right now. It's going to be a 30-second lightning round call. 30-second lightning round call. Who do we have and what's on your mind?
Hey, this is Cody from Florida.
Cody from Florida. Yes, Cody on X. Cody Lonizak from Florida, I believe, right? And we don't know if you're related to the guy who I know, but that'd be pretty cool if you were. What's up, Cody?
Hey, listen, I don't know if we're related. I think we are, to be honest with you. Family ties, I really don't talk to much of them, but I think we are. But I wanted to call and make a comment about Abrigo Garcia.
Yeah, Father of the Year.
The left, the mainstream media on the left, have been painting this guy to be some sort of outstanding American, like you said, Father of the Year. You can't polish a turd.
Well, perfectly said. Perfectly said.
He's a turd through and through. The guy deserved to be deported. He's in the gang. He was a human trafficker. People like this need to be deported. If he's not even supposed to be here in the first place.
Totally agree.
The left is fighting so hard for this guy, and they won't even fight for as hard to get Americans back when they were stuck in Afghanistan or other places. So you have to have guys like Corey Mills go over there and grab them and other stuff like that. It just boggles my mind that they fight so hard for people like this.
You're 100% right. Cody, thank you for the call. We got to leave it right there. Have a great weekend. Hopefully we'll talk to you soon. Cody from Florida, he's over on X. He's always watching us there. Great guy, made a great point. Democrats fighting for illegal alien gang members harder than they've ever fought for Americans, including Americans who are stuck in Afghanistan. Great point made by Cody. To round out the week, thank you so much to everybody for your birthday wishes, your songs. Even one guy imitated the rooster today. That was a lot of fun. Chris from Indiana. Nobody's above the law. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Jeremy Errol coming up next on Live from America, LFA TV for the next 2 hours. As President Trump would say, we will never give up. We will never give in. We will never ever surrender. And if all else fails, we'll just become ungovernable. Thank you. God bless you. God bless this one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a great weekend. We're back on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, live here, rumble.com/LFA TV. Until then, in the words of John Fetterman, good night, everybody. Bang gavel.